Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming here today. I'm very happy to announce that we have made some forward progress in the investigation involving our suspect, Davon Wallace. As you know, Sunday, tragically, a 3-year-old girl was killed, and we very quickly identified Davon Wallace as the suspect, the person who shot into that home and killed that precious young girl. Despite the fact that we identified him so quickly, we have to date not been able to find him. Even though we knew who the shooter was in this investigation, our investigators were relentless in tracking down every possible lead, every possible connection related to this investigation, specifically to Davon Wallace. And during the course of them following up all those leads, they did identify another man who has since been arrested, 24-year-old Brian Campbell. I wish that I could come to you today and say that he had a crisis of conscience after learning that a 3-year-old girl had been killed, and he came running to the police to say, I've been involved in something horrific, and unfortunately I cannot say that to you. The investigators did find him. They did bring him in. Yesterday they did interview him. He did give a partial statement, and obviously in combination with that and the evidence that they've collected and the witnesses they've talked to, they now believe that Brian Campbell was instrumental in this horrific crime that occurred. They believe that Brian gives Davon Wallace the weapon that he uses and also provides him transport after the crime occurs. So we're happy to report to you that we have made an arrest in this case, but it's obviously bittersweet because we do not yet have Davon Wallace in custody. So we're asking our community to continue to please provide us tips, continue to please be on the lookout for Davon Wallace. Anyone who has any information on his whereabouts, please call in. They can do so anonymously through Crime Solvers, which is 1-866-411-TIPS. As always, up to a $25,000 cash reward for any information leading to his arrest. Now, I know you all have some questions, so let me just preface this and say, I've talked with the investigators back in our criminal investigation division. They do have some additional details regarding Campbell's involvement. A lot of those details they would prefer at this time to keep close to the chest. Some of those, maybe even all of those details, may prove to be entirely innocuous in the days and weeks ahead, but there is a chance that some of the information that they have now could tip off Wallace or anybody else related to this investigation in a way that could prevent or stall our ability to find him. So I know you all have a lot of questions. I'm going to forewarn you, I'm not going to be able to answer many of those questions. So does anyone have a question?
Yeah, well, how about this? So John in getaway car, he's charged with first-degree murder. Under the law, he's a culprit.
He's absolutely a culprit, obviously a co-conspirator. He is involved in every aspect of this tragic, tragic crime.
So he was brought in and questioned, and that's when the arrest was made. Can you explain that process of finding him and what happened then?
Well, again, I can't give you specifics on what leads them to Brian Campbell, but obviously during the course of the investigation they identify him as a person they want to talk to. The building of the evidence, the witness statements, and then also talking to Mr. Campbell himself, all of that collectively leads them to a place where they now obviously feel very, very strongly that he is deeply, deeply involved in this tragic, tragic death of 3-year-old Knijah. Anybody else?
Where does he live?
He lives on the same street where the shooting took place. He lives on Forest Terrace. I'm not familiar with his criminal history. Anybody else? Well, again, I really appreciate you coming out. Please help us get Davon Wallace's picture out there and encourage your audience to call us if they happen to know where he is. We'd obviously really, really like to close this case, bring the family some closure, and get Wallace behind bars where he deserves to be. Thank you.